Hi, everybody. I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb, and we're the ARTyRV channels.
Welcome, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone.
Welcome to the ARTyRV channel. Today we're going to be answering questions. We're going to have a live glass blowing demo, glass chat, and you're going to do
We're going to do a glass cutting demo, and we're going to talk about my technique that I show you, and it's my technique. It's not somebody else's, and so I enjoy sharing my techniques with you. And there are other techniques out there, and by me sharing my techniques with you, it in hopes it develops your own technique, and that's what we're here for. We want to share our knowledge about this art glass industry after being in it for a very long time, all of my adult life, and most of Barbara's adult life, she's been in it. So we just wanted to share that with you, and to let you know that I'm not going to bore you, but
I don't know what you talked about.
well, I'm just going to let you know that what I teach you guys is my techniques, and I'm happy to share them with you. So let's buckle in, grab your jacket, get a warm cup of coffee or a hot cocoa, put your cutter in your hand, some snacks, and march on out to your studio, and let's get ready to answer some questions tonight.
I was thrilled to see so many people this week sharing our information.
I know, right?
Yeah, sharing our information and engaging with our content, taking information that we put out there and sharing it with your own audience. How cool is that, Ed?
It's awesome. You know,
because that's what we're all about.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Keep doing that. Keep sharing our information.
Please
keep putting it out there. Keep telling people about us.
And make sure that if you come to us to check us out, just because you're watching it on some other stream, please come back to us, subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up. And don't forget, guys, the thumb is our favorite finger.
You guys
rock.
You do. We look forward to the next year when we can continue our journey about learning and sharing. I know, it's just a couple of weeks away.
I just got a haircut, and you know what? I can't do a thing with it.
I know, it looks so good.
Yeah.
So,
guys, I just want everybody just chime in tonight. Ray's unavailable tonight, and he's fine. But everybody, just chime in for a minute. Just say hi to Ray, and say get well soon. That's all we need to say.
We're going to wait a few minutes because it's only 3 minutes after 7 until everybody gets here. We'll start answering questions. Those of you, I do see a few new people here. Those of you that are new, welcome. We got a new member last week, and her name is on the membership board, Ingrid.
Welcome, Ingrid. Thank you.
And so,
thanks for joining.
Yeah, so that's cool. And let's see. To tell you guys about us, in case you're wondering, the new people, Ed and I have been in the business for about 40 years. Ed's been in a little bit longer than me. And we own a stained glass studio, glass blowing studio in South Carolina, near the coast, near Myrtle Beach.
Right.
So we teach classes in our brick-and-mortar store, and we teach stained glass classes.
Right.
We teach glass blowing classes. We have a little retail store.
Right. We have a gallery where we sell our blown glass and our art glass.
Yeah.
And we're really excited. We've been part of the same community for 39 years, so we're very excited about that.
So during COVID, you know, all of us were shut down, and Ed and I were used to teaching classes and having a lot of people around us. We were very involved with our community. And so we decided to start connecting with people on YouTube, and that's how we got here. So we've been on YouTube about, what did we say, 3 years?
I think Ray said going on 4 years. Yeah,
and it's hard work. Let me tell you, it's hard work.
Okay.
And but we appreciate everybody.
You guys, let me tell you, Ray is feeling the love right now. I can tell you that.
Look at there. Thank you, everybody.
Ray is feeling the love, and I'm sure Ray. Susie is too. Thank you, guys.
At least if he's not, watching tonight, he can watch tomorrow morning.
Yeah, he can watch tomorrow morning. So
get well, Ray.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, great. So let's. I think we should probably let's take our first question.
Ray's just got a tooth thing.
Yeah, he's
nothing
good.
major.
No, he's good. He's good. He had some
Dental.
dental work done today, and but he's getting better. And all that love you're sending to Pittsburgh is awesome.
Yeah. Everybody needs love after they've been to the dentist.
That's right. So let's grab our first question, Barb, out of the hole here, and let's talk about everything.
Okay, Carol has a question.
Hey, Carol. Good evening.
I really can't complete soldering my projects in one day. How do I clean flux off unsoldered foil, and does the backside need to be cleaned too?
The backside, Carol, doesn't need to be cleaned. My suggestion would be, if you can't finish soldering it, number one, don't flux any more than where you're working so that you don't get it all over everything. And then what I would do, and I've been in this predicament before where, and I always say, try and finish your window if you can. But if you can't, only flux where you're working for that particular time. And then when you're done, clean it off spray it with glass cleaner, clean it off, and then cover it up for the evening. And then tomorrow when you come out, you should be able to start over again. But just don't flux everything, only flux where you're working. It may take a little bit longer, but if you're not going to finish it in one day, you're fine. And the underside definitely doesn't need to be bothered with.
Good question, Carol.
Thanks,
Thank you
Carol.
so much. Okay, another question from Kelly. I too am from New Mexico. My question is Kelly's from New Mexico.
Oh, hey, Kelly.
My question is, after tinning, how does a person run a bead of solder around a freestanding item? I watched your videos and I try to do it, and it's very choppy looking.
You're running the edge work on your bead. So what happened? A lot of times, what may happen when you're doing the edge of your sun catchers or your jewelry box or whatever you're working on, sometimes you'll have to turn your iron down just a little bit, because what happens is when you're working too hot, the solder doesn't want to do what you need it to do. So if you'll just take your rheostat, turn your iron down just a little bit, and then do a test and work out that number. It's going to be in between one of two numbers. It's not, let's say if you solder on 8, it's going to be low. It's probably 7.5, maybe even 7, depending on the humidity and the temperature in your studio that you're working. But yeah, so what I would do, turn your iron down a little bit, and then just make sure too, if it's getting kind of choppy looking, is you're going too far in front of the previous bead. So just either stay on it or against it, and when you go down, it'll flow itself backwards. So I hope that helps and answers your question, Kelly. And welcome to the ARTyRV channel. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Good question, Kelly. Okay, let's see if we have any more questions. Okay.
Oh, Jennifer's here tonight.
Jennifer, I was just thinking about you. How have you been?
Just
How
wanted
have
to
you
say
been?
hi to everybody tonight. Wow, we've got a lot of
I don't
people.
know if we can see the little lights back there, but I still have the little lights in
Still
there.
have your fairy lights, Jennifer. And I don't know, is Pauline in the house tonight?
I don't know,
Okay.
but she might come in.
Okay.
If she's not in tonight, she'll be watching
She'll be watching tomorrow. So, Pauline, I want you to know that the Christmas ornament you sent us for our Christmas tree is hanging right there.
We'll show it in a minute.
We'll show it. That's the white part of Santa's hat right there.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It's
I really
really
loved
cute.
it, Pauline.
So anyway,
It's
thank you,
adorable.
guys. Thank you, Pauline, very much. And Miss Mary thanks you for her new collar.
Yeah. Okay. Happy to see everyone here tonight. It's very good. I saw another question about mirror. What is it? What is it? Did I miss something?
No, it's just like Carol said, oh my God, don't cut that beautiful pink glass.
Did
I'm
he
going to
show
cut it
you?
up.
What'd you do? Show?
No, I just said we were going to I was showing Kelly about the edges. This is a Waccamaw, and it's a 341 SPL. So it's a special. It's really a pretty glass, Carol. So write that number
Carol, it's a
down.
cutoff of a
I have a
great
cutoff
sheet.
for it. Hey, this is going in the box that we're giving away on New Year's. So
Okay. Mary Beth wants to know, do you have a video on working with mirror or a quick summary of tips?
Okay.
We have a video on making a box.
A jewelry box.
A
that's
jewelry
right.
box. In that video, he talks about mirror because the bottom of the box is mirror. But
Right.
you might want to give a few
Yeah, so we
tips
can
for
get, well, I can't pop that video up for you right now, but it is in a playlist, Mary Beth. I want to take a moment and say hi to Frank, too, tonight. Thanks for tuning in. And so, so when you're working with mirror, the best thing to do is you not only seam the front edge by seaming, sand it smooth. And Mary Beth, you guys want to use like a 220 sandpaper. 220 grit sandpaper is great for glass, for mirror. But you also want to remember, once you sand those edges of the mirror on the front, you also want to sand or seam the back edge. And then once you're done with that, you always want to paint the back edge of the mirror with either clear fingernail polish, which is most common. I mean, they make a mirror edge sealant, but you have to order it, like, I think by the pint. And unless you're making a lot of boxes, that's a lot of mirror edge sealant. But you can use clear fingernail polish, allow it to dry thoroughly overnight, and then you can foil the mirror. What that clear fingernail polish does is it seals the edge of the silver that's been applied to the mirror. Because every time you cut a mirror, it affects that silvered edge and fractures it just ever so slightly. So by sanding the back edge, you eliminate the chips. And you really, if you can help it, you don't want to grind the mirror if you can help it. If you need to get a little spot off, that's fine. But usually just hand sanding it will suffice it, and by roughing up the edges, it'll stick fine for you. I hope that helps, Mary Beth. Working with mirrors is just a little bit different, just takes a little bit longer, but other than that, it doesn't cut any different than any other glass that you're working with, because basically it's clear window pane glass, and while it's still hot, a silver is applied to the back edge of it, and then it's painted to give it its reflective characteristic.
Thank you. Thank you, Ed.
I hope that helped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was good.
That was good.
That was a good question. Kevin wants to know if we will be making any of our drop ornaments with the twist using the pineapple mold. I think the air bubbles would look cool.
They would be very heavy. The thing about the pineapple mold, Kevin, is that it has to be put in the pineapple mold, cooled, and then covered with clear glass for the bubbles to show up. So that would make a little heavy ornament, but yes, the answer to your question is it's really pretty, but the ornament is a little bit heavy. So,
Mary Beth, that sounds great. Congratulations on the big commission. It's going to be the chrome in a car.
Okay.
The mirror.
Okay. Yeah.
She said she got her biggest commission.
Okay, so remember too, Mary Beth, just use 1/8 inch mirror. No, it's not any thicker than the stained glass than the glass that you'll be using with the project. So, and just take your time, have fun with it. It sounds like a lot of fun, Mary Beth.
It certainly does. Those of you that are new here, we do a viewer showcase
Once a month.
once a month. The first Monday of every month, we do
Right.
a viewer showcase. And
Right.
you can send your original work to viewer showcase at gmail.com.
Right. And that's your work. That's not our work. We don't need to show you what we do.
And just put a couple sentences there, what inspired you to do it, and
Maybe
who
how
you
long-
are,
yeah.
and what you learned from it, or something that you would like to share with
Our community.
with our community, because we have new beginners here.
Yeah,
that
we do.
your work could just be the work that inspires them to take
Right.
challenges.
Right.
And
Yeah, so
move
please
on.
don't forget, the first Monday of every month is Viewer Showcase. And it is a part of our program that is designed especially for you, our viewers.
To show your work.
To show your work.
In a professional manner. So take good photos, write a little couple sentences about it, and
Right.
send to viewershowcase at gmail.com.
And we'll take care of it.
And
Right.
we'll take care of it.
Yeah. I think last month we had 9, right?
Yeah, we had a pretty good one.
Group. Yeah.
So, and also we have our fan club.
That's right.
So if you want to join the fan club, I think I put a link in the description. You can join the fan club, and our members sometimes get videos first, and we stay connected, and we hope we can all stay connected throughout our journey.
Okay, you ready? Thank you, viewers. Thank you, guys. Look, 33,020 subscribers. You guys are awesome. And I know my trumpet playing isn't like it used to be.
I don't know. Where'd you get that music from?
I don't know, but hey, I don't have to pay for it, so that's good.
So yeah, we got there.
We got there. 33,000.
We're very excited about that, and onward.
Guess what? Our next goal, 35,000.
Really? I thought it was 50,000.
Well, let's do 35, and then we're going to jump right on over to 50.
Okay.
50.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have our viewers come back too. That's exciting.
Right.
I was looking at they give us all kinds of information, analytics, and who has time to read all of that, but I did see something that was very interesting, that our viewers come back. So that's exciting.
And our viewers, y'all, are from all over the world. You know, Maria just checked in from Mexico tonight. This is her first time on the channel. I haven't recognized her name before. So Maria, welcome to the ARTyRV channel. Welcome everyone who is just turning in. Magali's going crazy. I don't know what she's got going on there.
She's got all kinds of stuff. Clapping. She's clapping.
She's clapping. Nice to see.
Me has hearts.
Oh, you
Thumbs
guys.
up.
You guys are awesome.
Congratulations.
And Ray is feeling the love, guys. And we're feeling the love from you guys, because we can't do this without you. And as our channel grows, we hope y'all do too.
Yes. Let's see. Do we have any questions? If you have a question, just put it in the chat with a Q.
Yeah, and it will take a minute, and just guess what? Last week, after we shared this piece of equipment with y'all, you went nuts and ordered a bunch of them. A lot of you ordered the afterburner for your cutter, and I hope that it should be arriving in the mail anytime now. And don't be afraid of when it says, well, it'll show up in January, because it said the same thing to me, and this one showed up in about 8 days. So so my afterburner is working good, and I like it. So, and if you guys, when you get yours, I'd like to hear from you and see how you like it, if you don't mind. I'm just wanted to share this. It's a new tool. It's a great tool for those of you that have, that aren't have a lot of trouble with your wrist or your hand or even your forearm. This will take care of all of that, and I swear y'all will be putting down your pistol grip cutters with this thing. So thank you.
Yeah, and he's going to be demonstrating that
in a little bit.
So
a little bit.
If you didn't see it last week, you'll see it this week.
We'll try it again.
It's a very cool tool.
It's very cool.
A cool tool.
It's a cool,
very cool tool. Just wanted to remind people we do have some classes available at Conway Glass.
And openings in our classes, right?
What did I say?
That we have classes at Conway Glass. We have openings available in our classes at Conway
Yeah, we
Glass.
have some spots.
So here we go.
February 8th, we have 6 spots left in the ornament class. And January 5th, we have 4 spots left.
Now that's a flower class. That's a sculpture class. Is that right, Barb?
February 8th is glass blowing.
Right.
January 5th is flower making. And we have 4
And
spots.
February 9th.
And February 9th, we have a whole class open.
These are Sundays, y'all. January 5th and February 9th are both Sundays. Class starts at 11 a.m. and will run about 3 hours. In the flower class, there'll be only 9 people in the class. And everybody is going to sculpt, and I say sculpt, molten glass into any color flower that you would like to make. So we're going to have a lot of fun that day, y'all. I promise you.
We are.
A lot of fun.
Carol said she still loves her pistol grip.
Okay, well, you still, yeah, you might,
You don't
you
need
might
to
still
change
stick with it.
If you're happy with your cutter, there's no reason to go out there and buy anything
No,
else.
no, but it's always this. I thought this would be very helpful for those people that, number one, are just getting started. Carol is, I'm going to say, Carol is a very proficient glass cutter. I can tell you that.
She is. She
You
does
are,
some
Carol.
wonderful work.
Thumbs up to you, dear, because you are a very proficient glass cutter. And so, yeah, this is you don't want to change it if you like it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But there's always something that you can try out there. I'm sorry. Go ahead, hon.
Okay, we got questions.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Carol wants to know, how do you recommend packing a window for shipping?
Did you hear Mary? It scared her. It scared her. You have to go get her thing, I guess. It's right there. You'll see it. Big white one. So, Carol, the best way to ship a window is actually in a wooden crate is the best way to do it. So what you want to do is you want to be sure to, and it's always easier if you frame it, but you really want to pack it well with styrofoam on both sides, and then you want to put plywood on each side of that, and then you want to tie that together, and then you want to put it inside of a crate, depending on the size of it, and you would really want to palletize it. And so that's the way that it. Unless you're going to drive it, I don't know where it's going, Carol, but yeah, it's pretty. Shipping windows and insure it for a lot of money because the freight companies is when you write fragile on something, that means we need to kick it.
How did you? I missed that.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out, Carol, how big is that window? Just type it in, and I can pretty much tell you how to.
Yeah, I just had a discussion about this the other day with somebody about shipping a window.
Yeah.
Put it into a crate on a pallet,
Yeah.
and then put the wood like this so it holds up and does. Is that
The-
what you're
the-
saying?
Yeah, it's the same way, Carol. It would be the same way that Bullseye would receive glass in their warehouse. So it's in a crate, and then there's two legs on each side, keeping it stabilized. It's tied together. Motor freight is very expensive, but you don't really want to ship it any other way but motor freight and inside if you want it to get there. And I don't know how big it is, but I don't think that you want to try and ship a box because it's got to stand up where it's its strongest. Glass laying flat, y'all, is not strong at all. Glass on the vertical is very strong.
She said it's not big.
Well, how's not big? How big
What
is not
size
big,
is
Carol?
it, Carol? And we can figure it out. But yeah, a box in a box. Otherwise, if it's like
If it's
what?
just a sun catcher,
or
something
a
small,
window, it's not big. Bigger than a sheet of paper.
but it still needs to be so that the box can't be crushed. But the thing about it, hon, is that unless it's attached to something that they can't throw around, it's going to get thrown around.
So maybe a small, you could build a small wooden
small
crate.
yeah.
And,
So like
may have to be.
Yeah, you just have to build a
Custom.
box. You might have to build a box out of some OSB, half-inch plywood. That's real cheap if you got a construction site going on somewhere close
10
by.
by 10.
The panel is a 10 by 10? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it still needs to go into some sort of a box that can't be
Crushed.
And it needs
Someone
to...
said pool noodles with ceiling tiles, with flattened pool noodles.
Well, we could do pool noodles. You could cut them. You could cut pool noodles and stuff it in there. But
Something that's firm, spray foam,
to
wrap
pack in the
it-
box, yeah.
wrap it with bubble, then spray foam all
Expandable
around. Make the
foam.
box like
Yeah.
that. Then put it in another box, a little bit bigger box, and put
Peanuts, and then
pool
ship it.
noodles and everything and ship it.
Yeah, a box
That
in a
should work.
box is how we ship our blown glass, and that box varies on sizes, rather, and inside and outside, Carol. But what you want to do too is make sure that, like I said, it can't move. Like Barbara said, it can't move around. So your box, if it's a 10 by 10, Your window should go in a 12 by 12 box, and then you should ship it in a 16 by 16 inside of it, and then it'll get there, because they're not going to destroy the 16 by 16 box.
Or 14.
Yeah. Well, you got a 10 by 10 panel, so you need a 12 by 12 box on the diagonal in order to make it fit nice.
You don't want to go up to 16. Well, you can go up to 16 by 16. It starts getting pricey once you hit the 16
Oh,
inch
okay.
mark.
So maybe you get a 14 by 14,
15.
Carol.
Yeah.
But just put it on it. Make sure that it's packed in there really well. The whole idea is that the inside stays intact and they can destroy the outside. And hopefully they won't do either one. But woo, it's tough. I get some packages. Actually, I get some packages from Seattle sometimes. I wonder how they made it. So be careful.
Magali wants to know if it's too late to order an ornament before Christmas.
Not for
Thank
you,
you.
Huh? Not for anybody. We have ornaments, and we're making them daily now, so they're baked fresh daily.
There you go.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh, Carol. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol.
I hope that information helps you, and if you need any, just send us.
Yeah, you
Send
know how
us
to
a
get a
note.
hold of me, hon, or you know how to get a hold of
I
Barbara.
think you can get a hold of him.
Yeah, she can. She can get a
Okay.
hold of me if she needs.
Okay, because sometimes the emails come in and I don't see them for a couple of days.
But you know, somebody of a very well-known glass person told us how they ship their glass, and we have held on to that forever. And that is a box in a box.
Okay. Yes, you can order an ornament. I'm probably going to be out of the office tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
and
yeah,
so
we
is
got.
Ed.
So.
So Wednesday, definitely.
Yeah, just Wednesday would be good, Magali, and we'll get it right out to you, hon. I think the
If you
cutoff.
go ahead and order it, I'll see it. The cutoff is
The 18th,
shipping.
Wednesday.
Is Wednesday
Wednesday
or
the
Thursday?
18th.
Okay.
Yeah, unless is it going to you or up north, Magali? If it's going to you, the 18th, 19th might be the cutoff, but if it's going up north, I would say the 18th.
Okay. Let's see. How do I improve? Samara wants to know, how do I improve my glass cutting? I know I'm putting too much pressure on the cutter.
We'll talk a little bit about that in Glass Chat here in a few moments, because we always talk about how much pressure we need, whether we can hear the score on our glass or not, whether our glass is soft or hard. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about it. And I know we kind of talk about it a lot. We do talk about it a lot, but y'all, you realize and I realize the two hardest things about this entire process is cutting the glass and soldering it at the end. And everything else in between just turns itself into your own talent and you make it happen. But the glass cutting, you should be very proficient at it, and it'll make you feel better when you do become proficient. And then the soldering's the same thing. It's like, man, once you get that solder and you can't stop. And now once you get it, you get it. So
It's just like anything. You keep doing it.
Yeah, and keep practicing.
Just do it without thinking about it.
And I'm showing you guys my techniques. And there's other people out there that have techniques. I don't know where they are, but they're not in my studio. So, but I have my own technique, and I share that with you guys, and I'm happy to do that with you. And then from my technique, you evolve and develop your own technique, and that's what it's all about.
Sharing
and continue
it
sharing
out there in the world, because
there are no secrets,
there are
guys.
no secrets,
I
yes.
promise you, there are no secrets.
I have Me has a question.
Okay.
Wanted to know. I thought Me wanted to know the glass flower workshops.
Uh-huh.
They are January 5th and February 9th, and there's openings in both.
In both, right?
Okay.
Cool.
I don't know what happened there, but
Okay.
we had it's
Yes, those are the classes for sculpting a glass flower. The 9th and the
The
5th.
5th and the 9th.
5th and-
January 5th.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
January 5 and February 9.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
awesome. We just had to come up. Everybody wanted these classes, so we came up, with it. The logistics were worked out years ago because it's a class that we offered years ago, and but now we're having much more fun with it. So Karen, hey girl.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you,
That
Karen.
is so sweet of you.
All right, y'all. Karen just donated 5 memberships to the ARTyRV fan
You
club.
guys are lucky.
You guys, you are.
Karen, you are a generous soul. She's a sweetheart. How are your chickens? How are your chickens and your kitty cats?
All right. Well, I got that light dancing up there for everybody, for Carol, for Karen. You guys are something else now.
That is awesome. Okay. Everyone thank Karen Mills for her generosity.
Thank you, Karen. I'll thank you.
So what airport do they fly into from New Orleans if they want to come here?
MYR.
MYR.
MYR. That's your destination. MYR.
It should be nonstop.
And it should, from New Orleans, it's nonstop on Spirit. I don't know how everybody else is, but Spirit runs to New Orleans nonstop from Myrtle Beach.
Tell Denver hello.
Please do. And Karen, thank you so much for donating those wonderful gifts. It's Christmas time.
Okay, Carol said she put a bolt in the jaw of her new grouser pliers and it really helps her keep from crunching down on the glass. It helps hugely.
She put a bolt in her grouser.
Her grousers, not her.
No, I know. These are runners. So that's cool. That's a good idea. If you're squeezing
Yeah,
too hard on it,
because
I
you
guess
can-
I don't. There again, see, that's something that you just developed, Carol.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
do the same thing, Carol.
But
I get all nervous, and before you know it.
yeah, so my big thing is with my grousing pliers is I use them to pretty much hold the glass, and I break the glass pulling down with my hand. But what a wonderful idea to stop from crushing it completely. I love that. Great idea.
Thanks for sharing that,
Thanks for
Carol.
sharing it, Carol. We appreciate that.
Okay. Now, let's see if we have any more questions. And if we don't, I think we can turn it over to Mr. Streeter for his,
Well, Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed for his glass demo.
Wilbur. Okay. So tonight we got a couple different things. Let's talk about sound
come
first, okay? Let's talk about sound.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about cutters. So, and I've shifted my camera over a little bit tonight, so it feels pretty good. Oh,
Looks
yeah.
good.
Okay, so we all know what this is, right? This is our Silberschnitt 4000. We're going to take it out of the... Now, I'm not sure what cutter. I know what color this is, but I'm not sure what cutter our new viewer is using, and that she's having so much trouble, and she knows she's pushing too hard. So the rule of thumb with the glass cutter is the amount of pressure you need to score the glass is the amount of pressure you need to depress the head. See that? When you push down and that head depresses, then you're scoring. So remember, this is our 4000, so our screw that holds on the cutter goes backwards towards you. And remember, this piece of glass here, I'm going to depress the head, and I'm going to tell you right now, because I've cut this glass forever and ever and ever, you are not going to hear the score. And I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to show you why right there. You see how those colors are stacked up in here? Pink and white. Two of the most stiff colors that are available in the market now are stacked up together. Oh my. Now we're going to want to listen to this if we can. I'm going to depress the head. You'll hear that. This microphone is sensitive enough, you'll hear that. Ready? Score. And now I've finished up right here on the bottom. I'm going to grab it. And I'm going to use my running pliers. Now let's do that again, because again, y'all, all I did, and this is a Waccamaw SPL, and it's not only is it expensive, but it's very difficult to work with. But I want you to see this. This is our Silberschnitt. Listen for the depression of the head. Pull down. Stay steady all the way across. Don't change up your pressure. Put that on there, and we'll run that right out. Now, I've been just cutting straight lines for you. So, you know what? Let's do this. Let's see how this works. We're going to come right in here. And just like for y'all, this might not work out for me. You know, it's okay, but here we go. So remember, we're going to depress the head. And we're not going to hear this. Am I still in the camera? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I came off. I didn't come off hard. You heard it. I didn't come off hard. So now what I've got to do is we're going to get this started. We're going to start. I'm going to grab my grousing pliers. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our Silberschnitt runners. Here we go. We're going to start this off. And we heard that little pop. Okay? So now we can take our grousing pliers. We want to make sure that our square jaw is on the top. And we're going to start our run a little bit more. Now remember, I'm pulling down with my hand here. And now we're going to start this. Okay. Now I'm going to go in to right there. Okay, so I just wanted to turn this a little bit right here, and we're going to, okay. It came right out, which is unusual, but it did come right out. So I'm using my Silberschnitts, and I'll use them again because I kind of got away. I wasn't watching the camera. I'm watching what I'm doing, and y'all didn't get to watch what I was doing. So here we go again. We're going to depress the head, and we're going to score our glass. And now we're going to set that right there, just like that, okay?
I'm going to see.
So this one, we're going to just come in. We're going to take a half circle out of this, just like that. Okay. And now by doing this, we're going to start our run, and you heard it right there, and we're going to start it back on this end. And remember, don't always go to the end, because if you do, you're going to end up chipping your glass. But if you'll go in a little bit and hold the glass with your grousing pliers and pull down with your hand, but I use my knuckle right under that score, right up against the jaw of my grousers, and I'm going to pull down until it breaks. Then I'm going to go over here to the center, and I'm going to run it over again, just like that. And now I can take my running pliers and run and pull it right out, just like that. Okay. So guys, if you take your time and you pay attention to what your cutter is telling you, and then you can take your glass, lie down and away, just down and away. Now let's see if we can get a real thin piece of this off. Let's see if we can do that. Just like this. Here we go. Yeah, and y'all know I say down and away. The reason
With down and away, aren't they?
well, down and away is a natural response to pulling down on your grousing pliers. It's a natural response to pull away. What's an unnatural response is for you to stab yourself.
That would hurt.
Okay, that would hurt, and then it doesn't really go too crazy. So, but if you pull down and away, what happens is you don't stab yourself, and you can stab yourself.
That would hurt.
That would hurt, and that'd be pretty stupid to stab yourself intentionally. So when I say to pull down and away, I'll explain it to you. And actually, I'm not gonna pull down and away intentionally. I'm gonna pull down and away, and it's just gonna happen naturally. Ready? This is how I break glass. We're gonna go right here, and I'm gonna pull down, and watch. It automatically goes away from you. Think about it. Down and away. It automatically goes down and away. It doesn't matter how you do it. It's down and away, and it's a good saying, especially for those of you that are new beginners, because you want to remember to pull down and away. And as soon as you pull down on your grousing pliers, it automatically moves away from you because it's just how it's set up. If you're left-handed, right-handed, if you're right-handed, here you go. This may help you a little bit more. We're going to go, just depress the head, just like that.
Oh, low cost. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
low cost. Thank you. So again, I've just scored that. It's probably gonna break right here, but we're gonna try it. You know what? Let's do this. Let's use our Silberschnitts, and we're gonna take this and let's see if we can run that around just because.
Oh, move over.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. I got used to working with the lens over on the other side, and now I'm working it with the other side. There we go. Okay, so I ran that, and it ran to right there. See it?
Yep.
You can see it in the pink glass. So I'm going to turn around, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come back at it and hit it hard. Here we go.
There you go.
Okay? So there you go. That's that. And this pink glass is beautiful, and somebody's getting some really pretty strips of it in the box. So
Down and away.
down and away, and it's a natural reaction. It's not something that I just thought up. It's a natural reaction when you pull down and away. When you pull down on your grousing pliers, you automatically pull away from
You should
yourself.
automatically. And a lot of newbies sometimes cut themselves because they're too concentrated on breaking it, and they're
Yeah, and they're not really doing like they should. So I'm gonna set this right here, and we're gonna just talk about, this is a really just a nice, this is a bullseye glass here, everybody. And I'm not gonna cut a lot of it, but I want you to hear the difference between that dense pink and this really pretty bullseye. And you know what? I'm gonna take this Silberschnitt 4000, and we're gonna put it away. And let's reach over here, and we're gonna grab the Silberschnitt. This is a 2000. This is a great little glass cutter for you if you're just a beginner. And it works really well, not just on straight lines, but it also does well on curves. Now, the head does not depress on this. This is a fixed head cutter. And if you notice, it's a little bit wider front to back this way. But it also has this nice little sleeve on here to rest your finger. So here we go. Listen to this bullseye. There is no depression head. And with this, you don't push hard anyway. If you feel yourself how you cut your glass when you're depressing a head, but you have a cutter that's fixed, just use the same pressure. Just like that. Same pressure. I didn't push any harder on that one than I did when I was cutting the pink glass. So there we go right there. Pull that back, just start that run, and there it is, just like that. So just to show everybody that this cutter works just as well. Works just as well on anything. So we're gonna step in here. There's our run. And we're gonna come back over here and we're gonna run it back into itself. Hold on. There it is. Just like that.
Nice. Nice.
And so when you run that out, if it gets in a bind here, but you can see the score, then that's when you just turn your running pliers upside down, give them a little squeeze, and that'll drop right out of the hole, just like that. Y'all, I'm going to take a moment and sweep up my little mess here so that I don't. And if you like, Barb, I can. Yeah. We got some questions, but I'll hook up the afterburner and we'll try it out a little bit.
Okay. Let's see. Carol wants to know, what is the depth of the jaw on the Silberschnitt?
It's about... Carol, it's about 3/4 of an inch deeper than your regular, than the Lepinette running pliers that we sent you. It's about 3/4 of an inch deeper. Hang on. It's pretty deep. See it? It's pretty deep.
Yeah, deeper.
Well, this because the Silberschnitts allow you to use your running pliers on inside and outside curves that are less than an inch in, or less than an inch. Seems to work. If you get it up there too tight, Carol, you get into the pinch on the back end on the hinge, and then you don't want to do that anyway. So.
Robin said, didn't we say we could practice how many pounds of pressure to use when cutting by using a kitchen scale, or did I imagine that?
You imagine that? Because I have no idea how many pounds it is.
We had talked about 8 pounds of pressure.
Yeah.
I think I Am Allen was there.
I think, Allen. I Am Allen. It's about 8 pounds.
We did have a discussion about it, Robin, but gosh, that was a long time ago.
But thanks for remembering.
Yeah.
But if you'll just feel when you put your glass cutter down on your glass, and you feel the head depressed, that's it. That's it. And it doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed. You just want to depress that head. And everyone, y'all, I've seen people from all walks of life cut glass differently. I've seen them grab it in their hand. I've seen them grab it in between their fingers. I've seen them hold it in many different ways that I thought to myself, that is like way, way uncomfortable. But you know what? It works for them. And again, what is that, guys? What did I say? That is it's a technique that you develop yourself on how you feel when you're cutting your glass. That's all.
I Am Allen said yes, 8 pounds.
That's what I thought. And he should know.
Yes.
So this is how,
cool.
This is the afterburner, okay? And it doesn't make a lot of noise, which is good. But what this does is it transfers all of the pressure from your glass cutter in your hand to right here. It transfers it all to right here. Watch. There it is. It's right there. You still hold your glass cutter the way you normally would, but watch. And then you can just break it off. So this glass cutter, y'all, and this might be a little bit high for me. I'm going to drop it down. So you want to adjust it to where you feel comfortable. But man, this is. And somebody asked me the other day, well, doesn't this get in the way? And absolutely not. It does not get in the way. What gets in the way is if you're trying to cut patterns and you're pulling your cutter to you and you're trying to look through your wrist. That's where you run into a little bit of a problem. So my rule of thumb for Ed and my cutting rule for myself is the fact that when you're pulling your score, when you're cutting straight lines, you pull, and when you cut patterns, you push. Because that line, here we go. Because I don't know how you can see that line while you're trying to do that, okay? But if you do this, and that's all that is that head is depressed, that's it. And then we'll take our grousing pliers, I'll put my finger right underneath it there like that, the jaw of the grouse are right against it, and I pull down, and it automatically goes away. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with y'all.
Okay, I have a question. Oh, is that okay? You right in
No,
the middle of it?
we're good. I'm not in the middle of anything.
Okay. Okay, I missed a question, Judy, so sorry, I found it.
Okay.
Okay. Judy wants to know, when you create your stained glass window pattern, how do you draw it? Do you draw it on a workable size and then have it enlarged and print it for you as your template pattern?
Actually, this is Judy, Barbara?
Judy.
Judy,
yes.
hey, thanks for tuning in tonight. So that's a good question. I'm very fortunate as far as my drawing capabilities in my studio. I have a wall that is 18 feet long and 8 feet tall that I can actually put my patterns on that wall, and that's where I draw my patterns. I draw them out and I draw them full. I don't do it but one time, and I work on it for a while, and I either draw them on that wall, or if they're small enough, they get drawn on a table. I have in the past blown things up and all that, but I feel more comfortable designing my windows with a pencil and an eraser, a straight edge, and a compass, and I feel really comfortable that way.
And from time to time, we'll use a projector for certain parts.
Right.
And, there's all kinds of different ways that you can draw large scale without using copying machines.
And you don't have to be a professional artist and be able to, because of all the things that are there to help you achieve your drawing that you're looking for. All these things will help you, and that's how I draw my windows. I have a 4x8 table that has a very smooth piece of plywood on it that I can draw on, and then I have my big wall that I draw on, and I find it really comforting to know that I have a wall that large that I can draw a 12-foot window on.
Right, because that 12-foot window
is split into three
pieces. So,
but it's easier to see it.
It's easier for him to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can back up. It's kind of like if you're in your studio and you really want to see what something's going to look like, get up on a ladder and look down on it, because that'll give you a different perspective, and that perspective will tell you what that window is going to look like. So that's just a little bit of a...
Okay, Robin, thank you, Ed. That was a good question.
You're welcome, honey.
That was a good question. Let's see, Robin. Hi, Robin. She has a quick question. What size welding rod do you recommend to use for additional support?
I don't recommend using welding rods for support. If you're doing copper foil, you need to use restrip in between it, but then you also need to apply pre-tinned steel rods as on the horizontal in order for that to be rigid and perform. Oh, Miss Mary's loving everybody.
She just gave the camera a kiss.
And so she knows. She's going to get on her couch now. But yeah, so when you have...
here she is.
When you have your... Miss Mary broke my train of thought, and I'm an old man, so you got to watch that.
What are you talking about? I'm reading a question. Gavin said, what were you talking about? Oh, the welding rod.
The welding rods, yeah. Don't just use what's designed to reinforce windows.
What size steel rod?
The steel rod, if you're gonna use a steel tinned flat iron reinforcing rod, you should use 3/8 by 1/8. That's what you need. That's a 1/4 inch just doesn't do anything for what you're doing anyway. So use a 3/8 by, that's the end we get to see every day right there, guys. See that? There she is. Anyway, so use a 3/8 wide, a 1/8 of an inch thick, so you have a very low profile when you look at it. But that's what you want to reinforce your window with. And that's a good question. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good question. Gavin said that it took a while, but he mastered the rapid resizer, which I really like rapid resizer too.
We've done some things with it.
We've done some things with it, and I like it too. He says he really likes it for being able to resize and tweak designs, making multiple versions,
right,
which is awesome because it saves you a bunch of time.
Yeah, it does save you a bunch of time. So we've used
test your color.
We've used rapid resizer on many of our etching projects, sandblasting projects. So like one time we had to do this really big crab, and
so yeah, rapid resizer, Procreate. Well. There's a lot of good programs out there, and so if you can dedicate your time to it, it can really help your process be a lot easier if you can learn those projects.
Miss Mary's in the house, y'all. She said hi.
I know, she's something, isn't she? Did we skip anything? Do you have another? Did you do all your little?
I did my cutters. I shared
and
my cutters with everybody.
Okay. Well, you guys sure have been a wonderful audience tonight. A lot of great questions. And
I hope a lot of good answers.
I hope.
And those of you that are going to be watching this on the rerun, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the notification bell so that you know we come on. And you know what, guys? We come on every Monday night at 7 o'clock, not just when we feel like it. It's every Monday night at 7 o'clock.
We've been doing every Monday night at 7 o'clock.
For 4 years.
For almost
4 years is what Ray
We started doing Monday night at 7 o'clock from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
From the very beginning. So we've kept it. We've missed maybe a few, but not very many because...
Well, we ask.
Yeah, we ask your permission too. Me.
Yes, I do use a light box, and I love my light box. My light box is approximately 48 inches by 60 inches. It's really big, and I can lay most patterns on the light box at one time, so that's really nice. So yes, I do use a light box, and when you take our lead cane class, that is in February, and I think it's full, but when you take the lead cane class, I teach you to work on the light box. So we do the Old English method in the lead cane class, and we do the Tiffany method in our beginner class. And it's always nice to learn both ends of it because you can mix them, and it creates a look in your window like you've never ever noticed before. So, taking a variety of sizes of profiles of lead, different copper foiling, whether it's decorative soldering or what have you. When you mix all of that together and you have the knowledge to put all that together, it's really a lot of fun, and it never gets boring for you.
Thank you, Ed. Okay, everyone, this has been a great night. It went by so quick. Can you believe it? We got 2 more minutes until it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Put a smile on that face,
I know.
mister.
I was just going to say goodnight to JR. We'll see you in February.
Yeah, we'll see everyone next week, next Monday night at 7 o'clock.
Monday night.
If you're watching this on the rerun, thank you. It's not a rerun, it's a live stream.
That's right. It's
thank
not.
you
It's
for
a live
watching.
stream.
We really appreciate all the support.
You guys are the greatest.
What time is it? And we have one more question.
Okay,
How big of a pattern determines when to use restrip or reinforcement?
Well, typically, if it's going in a door, it needs restrip. It needs reinforcing all the time. But normally, like a 2 foot by 3 foot panel that's depending on how you design it, will tell you when you need to reinforce it. But typically, I start reinforcing things at 6 square feet.
Right. 3 by 3.
3 by 2 by 3.
It's late, y'all.
Get her
I can't even
mathematical
multiply. But usually 3 by 3, 9 square feet.
Yeah,
right?
9 square feet or 2 by 3 if it's in a door. You know, anything in a door, y'all, needs to be reinforced. It doesn't matter. And it really doesn't matter if your customer wants it reinforced or not. It needs to be reinforced.
Yeah, more eggnog for me. Woo!
We don't drink.
It doesn't matter. I'm like this whether I drink or not.
You know what?
So.
That's why I married her, because she's like that all the time.
Okay. We'll
Hey,
see
y'all.
you guys next week.
We want to
Monday
say
night
goodnight,
at
everybody.
7 o'clock. Y'all have a great week.
Happy shopping.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget.
Happy shopping. Visit our
Amazon store.
Our Amazon store.
So if
Go
you're looking for
shopping.
products, visit our Amazon store to go shopping.
Yeah, there's a lot of great deals out there.
There really are. But go to our website, go to our Amazon page, and then go shopping.
Okay,
right?
guys.
I'm not trying to tell you all what to do.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey,
give us a thumbs up.
please do.
Subscribe.
Thank you so much.
Do all that good stuff.
Happy
We love
holidays,
you. Happy
everyone.
holidays. Bye-bye.